What are some interesting or fun Christmas traditions you follow? My wife and I didn't have the best childhoods, with no Christmas traditions to pass down. We decided as adults that we wanted our kids to have something we missed out on, but we're not very imaginative and it can be hard to force a tradition. We decided one year to bake cookies and decorate them. Turns out toddlers aren't good at decorating cookies, and we are not any better. The first time we did it, our cookies were embarrassingly ugly. Oh well, try again next year. It's been a couple years now and we finally have a tradition. Every year we bake cookies and make the ugliest Christmas cookies we can. We spend the whole day laughing at each other and ourselves, and it's become something we all legitimately look forward to. We all look forward to our ugly Christmas cookies. We'll be the first to admit that our family is weird, but who cares when we're having so much fun? Every year on Christmas morning, my mom makes French toast casserole. My brother and I used to open one present of our choosing on Christmas Eve, then open the rest Christmas Day. Also, we go over to my aunt's house for a Christmas Eve party and eat lasagna, along with other things. Buckle up. Okay, so this is a Newfoundland tradition, we call it mummering. It's where we dress up weirdly and sing songs. Okay, stay with me. So most of the time you cover your face with a pillow, bag, or even a box. Just cover your fucking face, and then you dress up, aprons, bras, classic superhero with your underwear on the outside, oven mitts, huge boots, doesn't matter. Then you go to friends' homes with instruments like accordions, guitars, and ugly stick, a stick that also dresses up, and then you go around to houses knocking in the door saying any mamas loud, and then you sing and dance until you're too hot and the people of the house have to guess who you are. There's a whole song about it. My family is Italian/American. After dinner and dessert we play tombola. It's similar to bingo. Fun way to end the night. When I was a little older, my mom started a tradition of gathering food supplies, socks and some simple personal hygiene items, and handing them out to the homeless population in my downtown hometown on Christmas morning. It was a little rocky the first year, but we found out what most homeless people wanted the next year, and we continued every year until I got to college. It was a very meaningful tradition I plan on continuing with my kids. I got to learn a little humility, some gratitude, and how to get out of my shell. Plus that while someone might look a little gruff, it's no reason to judge them negatively. I have a good few stories from doing this, some are funny and some are meaningful. It's been more impactful than any gift or tradition I've been a part of as of today. When I was young, all the kids in my neighborhood would gather and go around caroling to get sweets/fruits or sometimes money. We were not all Christians, but the neighborhood celebrated almost every festival/tradition. I missed those times because I know I will never get them back nowadays. My spouse and I go to a bookstore on Christmas Eve and buy each other a book to read on Christmas Day. I grew up getting Chinese food on Christmas and it's still a tradition. It's my dog's birthday, so we always go on a hike with her in the morning. At my maternal grandparents we have a little bell that all the grandkids take turns putting on the tree every year. Also we all get an orange and a bag of pecans in our stockings. And my grandma always makes Rice Krispie treats and her sister makes peanut brittle. So about 2 years ago I was at a fair kind of thing with my mates, one of the ones where you play games for prizes. There was a plushie/cuddly toy that caught my eye, there hanging beautifully, was Despicable Me's very own Gru, and I thought to myself, you're mine. Spent about £5 trying to win it, eventually did and took it home. So instead of putting a star or angel at the top of our tree, for the past 2 Christmases, Gru rests at the top. My dad, brothers and I all go clay pigeon shooting together on Christmas Eve. We don't have a lot in common for most of the year, but this always brings us together. Our family has a tradition called the Rock Award. Basically, every year on Thanksgiving, we get together and discuss who did the most stupid or fucked up shit during the past year. Whoever won the Rock the year prior will have until Christmas Day to decide this year's successor. The prior year's winner will present the best year's stories in front of all of us. Once the winner has been announced, they are presented this ugly, painted rock on a necklace that they're photographed kissing. Their name and year is engraved on a plaque that goes back to the 1980s. Their photo is added to album and the best stories are documented in a journal. Some of the classics include, my grandfather innocently hanging out with a hooker all day in Reno. My uncle lighting a beach on fire. My cousin swallowing a toothpick which got lodged in his throat for a week. The infamous, cornstarch sex story. Amongst many, many others. Edited, Plague to Plaque. Ordering Chinese food. We're Jewish. When I was a kid we used to do a big Hickory Farms box for Christmas Eve dinner. Now that I have my own family, we started a tradition a few years ago if tamales for Christmas Eve and Hickory Farms, or other charcuterie, for Christmas Day snacks. I also make crock-pot hot cocoa every year. I replay Batman Arkham Origins. Getting no Christmas presents. Saying Happy Cake Day to the op. Hashtag sorry yo. No filling items in stockings prior to Christmas Eve. Empty stockings hang until you get up on Christmas morning and they are miraculously filled. Smiley face. My partner and I always do a nice breakfast on Christmas morning. When we got our dog we figured we had to include her, so she got an egg one year. Now she gets one every year and it's called the Christmas egg. With a dollop of peanut butter on the side, she loves it and I look forward to it every year. I'm a little late, and it's not really that cool, but every year we wait in our rooms till 12 p.m, then we go out to open the presents, but instead of just opening them and being done, we open them one by one and I have a large family, and we spend the whole day together. We eat tacos on Christmas Eve. No, we're not of Mexican descent. Yes, it's the best Christmas food. Every year my father's side of the family. Every family brings an ornament that represents their year. Last year my uncle's ornament was a pancreas. Because he beat stage 2 pancreatic cancer. And my ornament was a no smoking sign because I had quit smoking cigarettes for a year. 2 years today. Merry Christmas y'all. Edit, we hang it on a tree and tell briefly about our year. Since we are such a big family we can only keep 3 years on the tree, then they go back to the respective families for their tree. In my family we have a book bound in white linen with green pine needles engraved into the linen. This book is full of Christmas stories, from the original Jesus story to why we have a tree at Christmas. Every Christmas Eve my mother would tell me to fetch the book and sit down with my brother and I. She would read to us for as long as we liked and afterwards was present time. My mum inherited the book from my great-grandma and my grandma has this book as well. And recently my mom gifted me a copy, after hunting it down in the net. It's an old book. I definitely want to continue this tradition once I have kids. Growing up, we would do the Christmas chain. It was a paper chain made of 24 links and each day, starting the 1st of December, we'd remove one link. Now, as an adult, I don't really have a tradition due to the past few years being chaotic and full of drama. I'm wanting to start one with my boyfriend, not sure how to go about it though. Each time you open clothing as a present you must put it on and keep it on until all presents have been opened. If it's a pack of things, like socks, you only need to put on one set, not the entire pack. We also only open presents one at a time, so present opening often takes several hours. This has resulted in my being very good at recognizing which presents contain clothing and saving them until the end. Heaven help you if you get 3 sweaters, 2 pajama sets, wool socks and a jacket. Watch Die Hard prior to Christmas, whole water chestnuts wrapped in bacon that are baked, Darth Vader funeral pyre on TV, Going into the grocery store on Christmas Eve to watch people panic buying food because it's closed 12:25, although this year I think I'll pass, and then just hanging out with family.